Good morning. It is 6:44 a.m. on Friday, January 10th, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. How are you guys this morning? I got some nice feedback about talking about anxiety yesterday. I have been told that, you know, in particular in response to a comment yesterday, I have been told that some people find these videos relaxing, which is great. I'm certainly very glad to hear that for anybody for whom that is true. Grammar. But I mean, I think certainly for me, having it be a daily routine is something that is soothing for me. Routines, right? I think that's true of most people. Our lives are constantly a push and pull between drives for novelty and predictability, right? The two are incompatible, and yet we want both. Different parts of us want each. So it's a constant tug of war, isn't it? Anyway, I spent a big chunk of the evening yesterday rereading volumes 1 through 3 of the Locke Key graphic novel. Now, this is a graphic novel written by Joe Hill and is going to be a Netflix show coming up very soon. There's a new trailer for that out, which is what inspired me to do the reread. And in many ways, part of what I wanted with the reread also was, just as I mentioned with that sort of idea that I had, the adventure campaign, like just the idea of a relatively small location but full of secrets, like Locke and Key definitely fulfills that, that style, I guess, that theme, and it's really kind of genius because it focuses primarily on a very small set of characters, but then gradually expands to have a circle of secondary characters that we also care about, and just deals with some really unique, fantastical elements, and is often quite funny, but it's often also very scary. And, I'm really excited to kind of see how they adapt it for a television show, because there are certainly elements in the graphic novel that are extremely visual and I think would adapt very well. But there are also others, which, I mean, is always going to be the case. Anytime you're adapting a story from one medium to another, there's going to be pieces of it that I feel like they're going to have to change something about this because it's just not going to work if they try to go shot for shot, so to speak, shot for panel. But and in fact, there was even a little bit of an exchange on Twitter that I saw where Joe Hill, the writer of the graphic novel, talked about, that he was glad that there were a few things from the original graphic novel that they were going to be able to improve in the show, like things where just in hindsight he would have done something differently, and now they can do it differently. And so I'm intrigued. I've always been fascinated with adaptations and the different ways people approach them, going from, book to movie is kind of the classic example, but, often anytime we're talking about going from one medium to another, like just for an example, going from movies to video games is one of the, or rather, from video games to movies is one of the classic examples of people keep wanting to try to do that and it keeps not working very well. But I just think it's really interesting. Different mediums have different strengths and weaknesses. And in my opinion, it's a mistake to try to be too slavishly faithful. But, sometimes that's what people think they want, at least, to the extent that changes become over scrutinized. Anyway, I'm really excited for the Locke and Key TV show, and it's made me want to reread the graphic novels, which are also great. If you have not checked them out, I recommend them. Christiana review, thumbs up. I do 2 thumbs up, except it's like, technically speaking, the original 2 thumbs up review metric from Siskel and Ebert was 2 different people each offering a thumbs up. It wasn't one person doing 2 thumbs up, so thumbs up should not be reflective of only 1 thumb out of a 2 thumbs metric. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for 5 more minutes.